What is good with you, YouTube? Yeah, if you can see by the screen here and the title of the video, I'm going to do a Metal Gear Solid Saga playthrough. So that means I'm going to play through the whole Metal Gear Solid series up until the release of Phantom Pain, and then do a nice long playthrough of that, hopefully. So I have to get through all of this within the space of 1 month. Basically, I've decided to play Metal Gear Solid 3 first, and so I'm doing it in chronological order. I'm going to do Metal Gear Solid 3 first, and I'm going to do Peace Walker, and then I'm going to get onto Ground Zeroes, and then I'm going to obviously get onto Phantom Pain. I'm skipping out on Portable Ops because, you know, there's all this thing about Hideo Kojima saying it's not canon or bits of it are canon, and it's just pointless, really. And also, it's just a flipping hassle just to get, you know, that Portable Ops, like, to record it and all everything. The game's really annoying as well, so I'd rather just do Peace Walker. Plus, I haven't even finished Peace Walker yet. I've got right near the end, and so of course I'm a Metal Gear Solid fan. Anyway, let's get right into this. Right, I'm doing a HD collection version. Should be laughs. I've completed this game I don't know how many times. One time when Metal Gear Solid 4 was coming out, I was doing a whole let's play of not a let's play. I was doing just a playthrough of the whole saga, like not recording it or anything, and like it was a lot of fun. And I just wanted it to be like so realistic. I didn't want to die. I didn't want to die. What if I died? And I managed to get through this game without dying. It was just amazing. So I want to see if I can do that again. It's going to be a bit harder this time because I'm distracted with all the recording and stuff. But yeah, a beautiful screen there. Oh shit. Okay. Right. Let me just. I like to always look at the options. Oh, it's circle. I forgot. Oh no, it's not circle. Wow. Because Metal Gear Solid game, I'm used to it being circled to select things. You can tell it's been a while since I've played this. I'm messing about already. Right, blood, of course. Own view, normal, third person view. Yeah. What's this? Select first person control type. Yeah, just leave it as that. Yeah, just leave it as it is. Right, let's just get straight into it. I'm not going to mess about. I'm playing the MGS series for the first time. Of course I'm not. I'm a Metal Gear Solid veteran, buddy. I like Metal Gear Solid 1. Yes, I do like Metal Gear Solid 1, but I don't want to do that. I like Metal Gear Solid 2. Yes, I do like Metal Gear Solid 2, but I don't want to do that. I like Metal Gear Solid 3. I don't understand what these means, but I'm just going to say I like Metal Gear Solid 3. I'm going to do it on normal. Oh, yeah, I do remember it now. It's the whole Raiden thing. Yeah, the whole Raiden mask. Oh, yeah.
After the end of World War II, the world was split into two. East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called Cold War.
Don't worry, I won't do that a lot. I just love doing that bit. After the end of World War II, the world split into two. East and West. Alright, I'll try not to talk during the cutscenes, but I can't keep any promises. Don't get too mad at me, please. David Hayter. Oof. Where's he gone? I know he's going to come back as Snake, man. You know he's going to come back as Solid Snake. Well, I don't know, man. Things are a bit messy with him and Kojima. But Kojima's been kicked out of Konami. It's all up in the air now. Wait, if Kojima's left Konami, they'll probably get David Hayter back. So that's probably why they broke up. No, I'm going to it. I'll shut up now.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization.
Fucking hell.
Check.
I was going to say something there, but just in case you've never played this game before, I don't want to spoil things. I'll try not to anyway.
Okay.
Good. We've got high visibility.
Put out that cigar. Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector. Put on your mask.
Don't give Big Boss orders. Oh, he's not Big Boss yet, is he? He's Jack. Or John.
Does this Pennywise know what he's doing?
Does he know what he's doing? Do you know who you're talking to?
10 minutes to drop off.
Hey, are you deaf?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
Sunrise.
Never actually finished this on HD.
External temperature minus 46 degrees Celsius. 2 minutes to drop off. Stand up.
You'll be falling at 130 miles per hour. Try not to get frostbite from the wind chill.
1 minute to drop off. Move to the rear.
Activate bailout model.
This is one for the history books. The world's first halo jump.
You step on
10
that cigar
seconds to
snake.
drop off. Stand by. Status okay. All
I don't know if I never liked the idea of Big Boss having a codename Snake, and but I suppose it's a snake family, isn't it? That's why it's Solid Snake and named Snake.
Spread your wings and
But
fly.
Big Boss just act like he never had the codename Solid Snake. Here we go. Mr. Kojima.
Jack, I've got some important news. The head of the CIA has finally given us the green light for the Virtuous mission.
Virtual mission?
No, the Virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission? Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
Now, don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right. So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Well, about 2 years ago, a certain Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West through one of our moles. His name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov. He's head of the OKB-754 Design Bureau, one of the Soviets' top-secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov? Isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
The Earth was blue, but
There was no God.
Well
I
spoken.
can't help it
The
sometimes.
rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin into orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket
I love how this was
become
integrated
the head of
into
the newly
real
established
history.
design bureau.
It's getting a bit far-fetched
From a lowly
nowadays.
technician to
The
head
stuff
of
you can do on
design
Phantom
bureau.
Pain,
That's
but
quite a success story. So why do you want to defect?
still good.
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid.
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he left his country and his family behind and went over the fence?
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the west. We used a mole to get the family out first, and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
October the 16th, 1962, President Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic missiles in Cuba. The President demanded that the Soviets dismantle and remove the missiles. At the same time, he announced a naval blockade to prevent further missile shipments from reaching Cuba. But the Soviets didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's Emergency Security Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff. Finally, on October the 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba, and so the world avoided a nuclear holocaust. But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
IRBMs?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
Sokolov. They wanted us to return Sokolov.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no idea. We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice. President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand. The next day, I got Sokolov out of the hospital, handed him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until he disappeared from my sight. Then a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
Yes. He was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. What's more, it's on the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do with space rockets?
No, missiles.
Same technology.
I guess you're right. We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device. For half a year now, the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear tests at Semipalatinsk.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
We're talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
No. According to our intelligence, he's in Selino-Yarsk, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
The Virgin Cliffs. Nice name for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there just recently.
Why?
But to penetrate
Apparently,
the Virgin
they're
Cliffs.
conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted us.
Here we go. I love the MGS long ass cutscene, and I get so into it. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I love it. I know they're taking that away from Phantom Pain, which I'm a bit disappointed about. So I don't like the idea of playing while they explain things to me, because then I won't pick up what they're explaining to me. It's going to get on my nerves and Phantom Pain. But hopefully the badass long cutscenes that just give you chills.
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino-Yarsk in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the west.
Falling? No, I don't think so. It's the secret R1.
If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking.
We'll get Sokolov back, don't worry.
Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Take it easy. It's been combat-proven.
Do you think Sokolov is up to it?
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat Talon?
Single combat Talon?
She's equipped with 2 6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as 2 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Home in time for dinner.
But if anything goes wrong,
The classic
You'll be
action
eating
hero.
dinner, breakfast,
One
and all the
liner.
rest of your meals in the jungle.
That's what they want him to do. need to get the hang of this game again, so guys, you have to bear with me. It's almost like I'm going in blind. The last time I played this was in 2008, around the time Metal Gear Solid 4 was coming out. It's been a long damn time, so... And I don't want to die. I want to do almost like a, you know, only live once let's play. I'm not going to stop if I do die, but I'm going to try my best not to die, so... Thank God I didn't pick up like MGS2. MGS2 probably is my favourite Metal Gear Solid game, but I can't deal with that Raiden mask. This just makes the most sense. Get ready guys for another long codec session. I ain't gonna skip nothing.